I am not teaching, I am publicly learning. But hi and welcome to Learning for Life in the UK test part 199, Custom and Traditions, I think part 6. And we're doing now Eid al-Fitr while doing risk training. And if you participate in risk training, that's your own risk. We already had Christmas Eve, 24th, and the night, Father Christmas or Santa Claus comes, as some people say. Christmas Day is for Christmas and Bank Holiday is for 26th. Boxing Day, 26th. Boxing Day and Christmas Day are public holidays. And on Christmas Day, the people are at home and celebrating, often with the family. They're sending cards, making gifts, decorating the home, taking a tree into the home and decorating it. They're eating roast turkey, Christmas pie, Christmas pudding, and mice, and mince pies. And when we're having Easter, there's Good Friday, there is marked the crucifixion of Christ, and on Easter Sunday, resurrection. And Easter Monday is like Good Friday, public holiday. The 40 days before Easter are known as Lent. And traditionally people were actually fasting, but still today people are giving up on something which is hard for them to give up on. And maybe reflecting on themselves, some people. And the last day before with Ash Wednesday, these 40 days of Lent start. Last Tuesday, the Shrove Tuesday, there some people are eating pancake, and they're using what we have of eggs, fat and milk for it. And there, in some churches, people getting a cross marked or signed on the brow, on the forehead, as a symbol of death and of sorrow for sin. And the chocolate eggs are given, and the egg, because the egg is a symbol of life. And we had Diwali. Diwali is celebrated by Sikhs and Hindus. It is in October and November, lasts for 5 days. It's the festival of light, and it is about the gaining of knowledge and the victory of good over evil. And when we had Hanukkah, it's in November and December. It lasts for 8 days. It is just the remembrance to the Jews' struggle for religious freedom. Every day on the called menorah, there's a candle enlightened, and it is about some festival which lasted for 8 days, or some festival that the oil lasted only for 1 day originally, but it lasted then for 8 days. And now we have Eid al-Fitr. I have no idea how it's pronounced on the other ones. Eid al-Fitr celebrates the end of Ramadan, when Muslims have fasted for a month. They thank Allah for giving them the strength to complete the fast. The date when it takes place changes every year. Muslims attend special services and meals. Yes, with Easter, for example, Easter changes. It has something to do with... I forgot it. So, Eid al-Fitr. Let's take up the subject. I notice it's sometimes not easy if I go for a minute or two on a completely different subject, and then without any announcement back to the old subject to follow what subject I'm right now talking about can be quite complicated. I'm right now still talking more or less about Eid al-Fitr. So Eid al-Fitr celebrates the end of Ramadan. And Ramadan is when Muslims have fasted for a month. So there is a month in the year. It would be nice to know which month, if I would have written it here. There's a month, and during 1 month there are Muslims, and these are 5% of the population of the UK, or many Muslims are fasting, so they are not eating. They are not eating during the daytime. That's not explained yet, something like that. So they are fasting for a month long, and also they don't drink so much, so they're fasting for a month. And then Eid al-Fitr is the day when it's celebrated that the Ramadan was, where they thank Allah that Allah had given them the strength to complete these 30 days of fasting. The date changes every year, okay, when it takes place. Muslims attend special services and meals. It's so short and broad. Let's take what we have and take it really. So Eid al-Fitr, that celebrates at the end of Ramadan a day in which the Muslims who had fasted thank Allah that Allah had given them strength to fast for them. Now we're doing the full restraining, and when we're going to have time, maybe for 8 ul adha. But now we're restraining, and if you participate in that is at your own risk. So we're having a good and stable set, we're having our hands found to fist next to us. Now we bring them down, and again up. And we're having 3 rules. The first rule is that we're stopping immediately as soon as we feel pain. The second rule is that we go down as fast as we can go with a little bit of effort. And the third rule is that we're not overdoing it. So this is the last time. Of the exercise, which is called spotlight exercise, the flashlight. That not inside. Hands from the fist next to us, and we bring them now to the inside, to the outside. So deviation. And the last time to the inside and to the outside. And now the same with left hands, to the inside and to the outside. Same 3 rules. The same 3 rules. We're stopping immediately as soon as we feel pain. We're going only as fast as we can go with a little bit of effort, and we're doing only as many as we can do good, or even a little bit less. We just want to strengthen, so this will be the last time. And now we're doing the pancake flipper. Hands next to us, and pancakes up, and again down, and the last time down. And now the T-Rex in the morning. Hands out, and we bring these hands down. And we go to stable stand always for this exercise. And the last time up and down. It's important so that the way is so that you're standing symmetrically and you do all this exercise, but you're not on one side too much. And last 2 exercises, the quadrangular castle architect. Hands out of the fists, and we bring this fist towards each other. And now up, and to the outside, and down, and to the inside. And the other way around, down, to the outside, and up, and last time. And now the crab anxious to have fever. The arm with the hand from the fist next to us. We're bringing the fist down, and we're pressing carefully against it. And now we're pulling carefully, and we're pressing from the top carefully. And now pop down. And over to the other side. Hand forward to the fist next to us. Bring the fist down and pressing carefully against the fist. And on the other side. Now from the top a bit pressure. And from the bottom. Now just a bit relaxation. We are having a long arm, little bend, and we go with water force over the middle part of the glove. And the last time. And then we feel up. And the last time. And we're having almost 6 minutes for Eid ul Adha. Eid ul Adha remembers that the Prophet Ibrahim was willing to sacrifice his son when God ordered him to. It reminds Muslims of their own commitment to God. Many Muslims sacrifice an animal to eat it during this festival. In Britain, this has to be done in a slaughterhouse. So what we mean is that it had to be done in a professional way. It can't be done private at home. In Britain, the law orders that it has to be done in a slaughterhouse. There, professional people who know how to do it, hopefully know how to do it, are doing it. So, Eid ul-Adha, and it remembers that the Prophet Ibrahim was willing to I'm not sure if I have to say one or something like that. So it remembers that Ibrahim was willing to sacrifice his own son as God had ordered him to do so. Now, I don't want to say these things because I'm not sure about what I know about these things, if the things I know about him are correct. I think I know how the story goes, but I don't want to say it wrong. It's okay. So, and it reminds Muslims of their commitment to God. So, Eid ul-Adha is a day remembering that Ibrahim was willing to sacrifice his own son of the order which God had given him, and it reminds Muslims of their commitment to God. And on that day, many Muslims are sacrificing an animal, not their son, an animal in a slaughterhouse. An animal, and that is then also eaten during the festival. That is Eid ul-Adha. We can, that's also just 3 sentences, look for Vaishakhi. And it's also spelled Vaishakhi. It's certainly not written how it's pronounced. So Vaishakhi is a Sikh festival which celebrates the founding of a Sikh community known as the Khalsa. Who's known as the Khalsa? The Sikh community? It is celebrated on the 14th of April. On the 23rd April, there is St. George Day in England. So it is celebrated on the 14th of April each year with parades, dancing and singing. So with parades, dancing and singing on the 14th of April, it is celebrated that the Sikh community known as Khalsa was founded by Sikhs, was many Sikhs, and the name for it is Vaishakhi. If we go that fast through them, we will not be able to remember them all. So let's repeat instead of taking the new one, which would be New Year. So, we don't have completed that. Christmas Eve 24th, Christmas Day 25th, and Boxing Day 26th. The birth of Christ is celebrated on Christmas. And then and Easter, Good Friday, marks the day of the crucifixion of Jesus Christ, and Easter Sunday, the resurrection. People are fasting 40 days before it. Diwali, October, November. Hindus and Sikhs are celebrating the Festival of Lights. Good victories over evil and the gaining of knowledge is celebrated. And that's, for example, in Leicester, famous celebrations. And then we have Hanukkah. It remembers the struggle of the Jews for religious freedom. 8 days long, 8 candles are lighted on the menorah. And it's about the festival on which oil lasted instead of 1 day 8. Then Eid al-Fitr, that's the end of Ramadan, and the Muslims are thanking God that they were successful in fasting during the Ramadan for 1 month. And they attend special services and meals. And Eid ul-Adha, that is remembrance to that Abraham was ordered to sacrifice his son, and Abraham was willing to sacrifice his own son. That is to remembrance for Muslims to their commitment to God. And an animal is in a professional slaughterhouse slaughtered and then eaten. And Vaishiki, that is celebrated by the Sheik to the founding of a Sheik community known as culture. On the 14th April, dancing, singing, and parading. I thank you very much, and until next time.